South Korea is known for its worldwide domination of the entertainment scene and its billion-dollar beauty industry. Those who are not familiar with the country may not know that apart from these two, Korean food is also what makes this country a great travel destination. Koreans are mindful of their food. Most meals you eat in this country are a variety of healthy flavors. Their cuisine also tells rich stories of the past and connection with neighboring countries. South Korean traditional dishes and even street food share hundreds of years of history and a mix of foreign influence. To tick off boxes from your foodie list, here's a look at the top 10 foods you must try in South Korea. Number 10. Bibimbap. This dish is an attractive looking one. A hot stone bowl is filled with colorful sliced vegetables surrounding a bowl of rice. It is topped with raw egg, which will eventually cook because of the hot stone bowl. Sometimes it comes with meat like beef too. For extra taste, gochujang, Korean red chili paste, is also added together with sesame oil. Its name is pretty straightforward. Bibim means mixed, while bap means rice. You just mix all of the ingredients before digging in while it's all hot. Most of the time, bibimbap is made when trying to finish all the leftover food in a Korean kitchen. They toss in whatever vegetables are left in the fridge and just add some seasonings, and they have a hearty, healthy meal. Bibimbap is not hard to find in South Korea. Many restaurants offer them even in different versions. Some versions are vegetarian friendly. Number 9. Kimchi. When in South Korea, you would notice that at mealtime, you don't have just one but lots of plates on the table, even if you're eating alone. In every meal, aside from the main dish, you get to enjoy a lot of side dishes. And a lot really means a lot. Banchan is the Korean word for side dish, and the most famous one is kimchi. Kimchi is a traditional Korean side dish, usually made with fermented napa cabbages. Varieties include other vegetables such as radish and cucumber. It has a tangy, gingery taste that may not be suitable to all kinds of palate. But even if you're not used to eating spicy food, still give this a try. It may be a one-time experience, or the unique taste may eventually also grow on you. Koreans start fermenting kimchi just before the winter, so they have enough stock through the cold days. Kimchi making is a traditional community affair. If interested, you can join one of those kimchi making traditions. Kimchi is also a versatile side dish which can be used for other meals. You can have kimchi stir-fried rice or kimchi stew if you want more of this traditional food. Other banchan to try in South Korea are stir-fried fish cake, fried cucumbers dipped in egg, seasoned anchovies, steamed greens, and the list goes on. Number 8. Bulgogi. South Korea is crazy about meat. One of the reasons for this is that in their ancient history, meat used to be scarce and therefore expensive. These days, they are still expensive, especially beef, but they are widely available. Bulgogi is a traditional barbecue style. Beef, chicken or pork is marinated in Korean soy sauce, sugar or pear juice before grilling. You can add garlic and sliced onions while grilling to add extra flavors and aroma. Wrap a few strips of meat in lettuce, add samjang, traditional Korean spicy paste, and you're good. Bulgogi is one of the trademark flavors of South Korea. In fact, South Korean McDonald's have bulgogi flavored burgers. They're worth trying too. In Asian supermarkets, you can grab a bottle of bulgogi marinade sauce to bring home. Number 7. Jeon. Jeon is the Korean word for pancake. However, it is not the kind of pancake most people are used to. It's not the fluffy kind you put syrup on. Koreans like vegetables, meat and seafood on their pancakes. If you're looking for food you will not get elsewhere, this is a must try. When scanning a menu in a Korean restaurant, all you must remember is that jeon means pancake. There's a lot of variations for this dish. They have kimchi pancake, seafood pancake, and vegetable pancake. The most popular one is hemol pajeon, or seafood and green onion pancake. Whichever you want to try, make sure to have it with makgeolli, Korean traditional rice wine. Number 6. Doenjang Jiggae. When you try this dish, you're in for a hearty meal experience. Doenjang Jiggae is a classic Korean comfort food made with traditional fermented soybean. Doenjang is a byproduct of soy sauce and has a pungent smell and earthy taste. Koreans used to ferment their own soybeans, but due to the industrialization around food, soybean paste is available at any grocery store nowadays. This stew-type dish will surely fill you up. The ingredients vary from place to place, but Doenjang Jiggae usually comes with zucchini, tofu, vegetables and mushrooms. This Korean food can be eaten with rice or a side dish of kimchi, maybe both. It's totally up to you. Doenjang Jiggae is one of the many vegetarian options here because South Korea has Buddhism as one of its main religions. Number 5. Soondae. Soondae is for the adventurous foodie. This Korean blood sausage is made by steaming pig's intestine stuffed with noodles and pig's blood. This is a popular street food, usually sold in food trucks or rolling carts or in traditional restaurants. It's not that popular with tourists, but it is definitely a local's comfort food. You can eat it with a dash of salt and pepper or add some samjang, the Korean spicy paste. If you're not buying from the streets in its most basic form, you can have it in other ways. There is Soondae bokkeum, the stir-fried version, or the Soondae soup version. Number 4. Samgyeopsal. Samgyeopsal means pork belly, but it's usually what locals say to refer to grilled pork belly. Having samgyeopsal is an entire experience on its own. In some restaurants, you sit on the floor, barefoot of course, and wait as your food gets grilled in front of you. There are different cuts from the pork belly you can try. There are big slabs and extra thin cuts. Make sure to try all of them to know which ones you like the best. The experience is not complete without the sauces and side dishes. You can grill mushrooms, garlic, rice cake and bean sprouts along with the meat. You have to dip the meat in samjang or gochujang first, then wrap it in lettuce with your choice of vegetables. Dining with samgyeopsal is good for big group dinners which you can have while drinking soju or beer because drinking is probably the biggest thing in South Korea. Number 3. Budae Jiggae. Budae Jiggae, also known as army base stew, is a foreign-influenced Korean food which is a fun story. During the Korean War, American bases were placed all over the country to support South Korea. The American soldiers brought with them food items that were never found in Korea back then. Korean soldiers then incorporated these food items with Korean spices and style of cooking. From there, a stew with American sausages and luncheon meat was born. Budae Jiggae is a hot and spicy stew with sausages, luncheon meat, instant noodles, rice cake and mushrooms. You can add more if you want, since this dish was basically made from sheer creativity. Although this dish was made from a time when people had not much choice of what to eat, it continued to become popular many years after the war. In fact, there are restaurants solely dedicated to selling this one dish. Number 2. Chuncheon Dalkgalbi. Chuncheon is a city in Gangwon province, a 1-hour subway ride from Seoul, Korea's capital city. This humble but vibrant city has a reputation for having the best dalkgalbi. Dalkgalbi is grilled marinated chicken. While grilled chicken does not sound so special, wait till you try it. Dalkgalbi's secret is its marinade. Chuncheon even has Dalkgalbi Street, an alley dotted with an endless chain of restaurants selling this famous chicken dish. Huge servings of chicken is grilled in front of you on a built-in pan on your table. You can have it with lettuce wrap or some grilled mushrooms and a whole garlic clove. Other restaurants serve it with rice, which they simultaneously cook with the chicken and some vegetables. You just wait there while your food cooks or while the server mixes it for you. Many Korean servers are really good to foreign customers. They are eager to give foreigners a taste of their local cuisine. Number 1. Korean-style fried chicken. Fried chicken is definitely not an original Korean food, but they added their own twist and made it their own. Fried chicken is a popular food in Korea. There is probably one stall in every street in Seoul. If not, you can just order in using their fast and simple online food delivery systems. This is good for when you are staying in with your friends because the minimum order is usually half a box. If you can finish it by yourself though, no problem. But if you prefer to have your chicken outdoors, you can try the infamous chimek combo. Chimek is a combination of the words chicken and makju, which is the Korean term for beer. Fried chicken in South Korea is not boring. Their version is tossed in a variety of sauces. You can have yangnyeom, the original Korean flavor of a spicy and tasty flavor. Or you can choose to have cheese and mustard or garlic. Really, whatever you prefer, they probably have it. You can even have it boneless or on the bones. These 10 foods are just the tip of the iceberg of the Korean food experience. There are so many food options to try in South Korea. No matter which part of the country you're in, there are usually food items like rice burgers in Seoul and one-of-a-kind experiences like eating live octopus in Busan. Going to South Korea for a food hunt is definitely a good idea because you will be in for an adventure without a dull moment. As you plan a trip here, maybe try practicing your chopstick skills or a few helpful phrases. Most importantly, don't forget to remember taking off your shoes when in a traditional restaurant and bowing politely to older people.